What up, what up? Make sure if you're getting here early, you smash that like button. And we will get things started. Just getting these details sorted out. All right, one live stream is good to go. The other one's squared away. I did a bad job of setting these things up today. Whoops. Not a ton going on. No. All right, I did a really bad job setting them up. There we go. Volume fixed. And just getting everything else in place here. Sorry guys, almost there. Really botched the live stream setup this morning. All right, cool. There we go. Awesome, guys. If you're getting here early, make sure to smash the like button. Really appreciate everyone for tuning in. Don't know of too much going on this morning. Looks like XRP's on a nice little recovery, so we'll pull that up in a second. Price chart actually, in my opinion, looks really good. It's nothing overly exciting yet, but it just seems to me like a classic XRP formation. Let's take a look at that real quick. So here we got XRP really doing something that I feel like is so similar. And you see this all the time. It's this pattern here where we have this big spike down, this big recovery, and then this kind of retest back to the other level. I think blockchain backer might call this like a Wyckoff accumulation and like setting up some kind of spring. I don't know the technical terms for it. Naming these technical formations isn't really what I do. But what I see is like a very, very strong base being created here at that $2.20 region. And it seems like everything's just holding up really well. We had a kind of a big crash down here from the $3.40 range where we lost a lot of momentum, and now we're in the process of rebuilding that momentum back up. So the chart looks really good. Seems like whenever we're coming down, we're getting caught at this very, very strong support. And that's just a very, very good thing to see, because if we were kind of weakening or falling through this, that would be pretty problematic. But we continue to get caught up here, and really only once, and that was during that very big market crash, did we really threaten this thing. Let's see what we got. Brian, good to see you. RPM, Roger, good to see you. Rocky Mountain Jack. What's good? Anything interesting going on to the market, guys? Fill me in. Let me know if there's anything going on in the market right now that I should have my eyes on. Large spike in silver this morning? Take a look. I haven't checked out silver in a while, but I did kind of hear silver was making some moves. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. Yeah, big old green candle on silver. Wow. Congratulations to everyone kind of in the silver and gold market who's been there for a while. I know it's been a pretty slow moving, kind of boring investment for quite a bit, but yeah, anyone who was accumulating silver in 2019, 2020 has obviously done very well on it. And a big green candle this morning. Wow, take a look at that. Can we talk about Circle trading on NYSE today at $31? Well, the market cap is more important than anything else, right? Like your company could be trading on the NYSE at $31, but it could be a penny. It could essentially be a micro cap stock, right? So thank you so much, ThinkSpace LLC. But the big thing to talk about is the market cap, right? Because $31 a share doesn't really tell us anything. If there's only one share in the company, well, then we only have a $31 market cap company. So just so you're aware, the thing to always hit at is like, what's the market cap? Oh, did it? Oh, it's officially a public company. Wow. That was quick. Trading under, okay, wow. Okay, got you. I didn't realize it was already public. Oh my God. That was a quick turnaround. Let's see what it's trading at pre-market, if it even is. So it's going to be trading today. Okay, here we go. That's going to be interesting to see how it opens up trading. I think it will probably open up trading pretty hot. Let's see what's going on, guys. Make sure to smash the like button, guys, if you're here. Really appreciate everyone doing that. Just take 2 seconds, go to the bottom of the video, hit the like button. Super helpful, and really appreciate everyone helping out the stream by doing those things. It's such a simple thing. It goes such a long way. It gets so many new people to see this. And at the end of the day, our goal is to get more people in here learning about XRP so we can help grow the ecosystem. Wow, that's very cool. I didn't I didn't know it was already going to be a public company. Quick turnaround there. Going to be really exciting to see what trading looks like today. I have a feeling it's going to catch a big bid. I think it's going to catch a really big bid. And just so people are aware, I would be interested in buying Circle, depending on where the market cap is. But I am worried about Circle being a public company during interest rate cuts. I'm very worried about that. Very worried about Circle being a public company during interest rate cuts. Let's take a look at the growth of the USDC token actually quick here. I haven't checked how it's been growing recently. I just saw the ticker. CRCL. CRCL is going to be the ticker on Circle. USDC. Market cap. Interesting. So take a look at this. Oh, well, don't take a look at this. Take a look at this. So the USDC market cap is like over the past month and like really flattening out over the past year. And the problem for Circle is like if interest rate cuts start happening faster than the token is growing, they're going to be in a position where they start losing money. And that's one of my big worries about Circle. They're heavily dependent on the interest rate market, which isn't necessarily a terrible thing. It just, you know, is something that you're very reliant on, which I don't always love. I don't love the idea of being so reliant on interest rates. Now, if interest rates go down to 1% over the course of the next 2 years and Circle continues to perform well, that's great. That's awesome. But until I kind of see how it reacts in that environment or the company reacts in that environment, I am a little worried about it because, I mean, if interest rates come down 4%, Circle's going to lose 90% of their revenue, which is like crazy, but like that's the business they're in. They're very, very dependent on treasuries, and they're going to have to figure out other ways to bring in a lot of money. And I'm curious how Tether is growing right now. If Tether is growing at a quicker rate than Circle. Yeah, so Tether continues to have extremely strong growth, up to 153 billion, up and to the right. So Tether's growing at a much faster clip than Circle, who's kind of steadying out. So just some interesting notes there. I like Circle as a company. I don't think I'm overly interested in getting into the IPO hype, especially with the uncertainty about interest rates. If interest rates were low, I'd feel a lot better about it because I know they were kind of already at bottom. But I don't think interest rates are going any higher, which means they could potentially be at the peak sort of where they are at the as a company in terms of making money. And yeah, we'll see what that might be why they're IPOing right now, because they feel like, hey, interest rates are about to come down. We could have a lot going on. Just some things to keep in mind, and how personally I invest. Let's see what else. What else is going on, guys? We got 2 companies in the process of purchasing XRP. One being Vivo Power and the other being Weebus. So cool to see companies building an XRP treasury. That's fantastic. Happening a lot sooner than I ever expected, honestly. So that's really cool to see. And just scrolling through X right now and making sure I'm not missing out on anything. When's the next inflation report? Does anyone know? Take a look at inflation real quick. Ultimately, a lot of these catalysts we're waiting for are just waiting on rate cuts. Trump wants rate cuts. We want rate cuts. The market wants rate cuts. Everyone wants rate cuts. 2.3% inflation right now. I know I've shown this chart on the channel all the time, but just a quick update on where inflation stands. I mean, it's hard for me to look at this chart and think we should have high interest rates. I'll tell you that, man. Like, this is inflation since 1995, and as you can tell, we are smack dab in the middle of where we would expect to be. We had a jobs report yesterday. Man, good to see you, man. A lot of traveling, just catching up on sleep a little bit too, but feel good and good to see you. Yeah, I mean like we'll see where this next inflation number comes, but like it looks like we're at like 2%. That's the Federal Reserve's target. Let's see what Trueflation is reading right now. Let's just make sure we haven't had like some big secret spike in inflation. Dope, inflation's trading at 188 on Trueflation, so no big spike here. Data looks good. Everything looks good. It's hard to see how they wouldn't be cutting rates anytime soon. It's all lining up. Inflation's coming in low still. Government data is low. Trueflation data is low. We're just waiting for the Fed to say, okay, time to cut. We'll see where the next report comes in. Does anyone have the date for the next inflation report? I feel like it's got to be like any day. Maybe it's probably going to be sometime next week. Argentina, 37%. Okay, well, if you think that's crazy, take a look at this. Look at where Argentina was. Argentina just a couple of months ago was at 273%. Now down to 37%. So 273 down to 37 is crazy. Crazy. The US during that spike, right? We were all crazy about inflation. we were at 3%, and Argentina was at 300%. So first world problems, huh? 300% inflation. I think it was even higher. Like this chart only goes back the last year. It looks like Trueflation starting to put up some paywalls on stuff, which is whatever. But yeah, inflation was like at 500% at one point. Not that I don't think inflation was bad here, right? Like we were definitely dealing with it, but it kind of shows like everyone is freaking out here about a 10% inflation number. Argentina's got 500%. Circle will pull back like Facebook did. Yeah, we'll see. The crypto market, it's tough to time an IPO. Like there's a lot of the crypto market is kind of stalled out. They're IPOing, so I'm fascinated to see how this thing opens up. I think it's going to open up pretty strong. I think a lot of TradFi people are going to get involved, to be honest. I do. I think it's going to be kind of a hot TradFi crypto play. Just had a banger of a ChatGPT regarding the Bitcoin Ponzi? Would you pull up there? I mean, a lot of people think Bitcoin's a Ponzi. I don't think Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme. And I know Taylor has gone back and forth with a lot of people on this. Bitcoin's not a Ponzi scheme any more than XRP is a Ponzi scheme, to be completely honest with you guys. Now, I think Bitcoin has problems kind of with incentive mechanisms with the miners, but I don't think it makes it a Ponzi scheme. In my opinion. I've had plenty of debates with people about this in the XRP community. I don't think Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme. I don't think XRP is a Ponzi scheme. We'll see. MicroStrategy is MicroStrategy might be a Ponzi scheme. MicroStrategy might be. Yeah, you got it, Dennis. Bitcoin is a meme coin. I can get on board with Bitcoin being a meme coin. Bitcoin is kind of like a meme coin at the end of the day. It's like the meme coin of crypto. It's like the crypto meme coin. I agree with that. I don't think it's a Ponzi scheme though. MicroStrategy, that could be a Ponzi scheme. Let's see how MicroStrategy is doing actually. How is MicroStrategy doing? Not bad. This isn't is this MicroStrategy? Yeah, I guess it is. Wow. I mean, guys, for all my uncertainty against MicroStrategy, I mean, the stock has held up tremendously well. And, you know, it's kicking, right? It's kicking. It's kicking. Like, look, I don't know how MicroStrategy turns out in the long run. I have my own fears around MicroStrategy. It has a lot less to do with MicroStrategy, right? Like outright being a Ponzi, and has a lot more to do with the fact that is Bitcoin pumping? My problem with MicroStrategy is pretty simply that I just think it's overvalued. I don't think the company is necessarily like, if they were doing something outright obviously bad, it would be being picked up on. There's too many Bitcoiners who like are skeptical of MicroStrategy. In my opinion. I just think it's very overvalued. I think it's extremely overvalued, and I think that could be a problem for them. Yeah, Bitcoin finding nice support at the all-time high. This is great. We want to see Bitcoin finding support here. So this is really good. Love to see us catch a bid for Bitcoin today. Look, guys, to be honest, I thought MicroStrategy was going to be gonzo in 2021. And I was wrong. They completely, MicroStrategy kicked right through it. No issue. Like, they went right through 2021 and everything worked out all right. So I'm skeptical of MicroStrategy, but I'm not afraid to sit up here and say that I've been wrong. They've pulled this off way longer than expected. I thought FTX was going to destroy MicroStrategy. It didn't. And that's the thing that I have a hard time grappling with, right? If FTX couldn't kill MicroStrategy, what will? What will? Maybe nothing. Maybe we're like 10 years down the road from something taking them out. Maybe we're closer. I don't know. But the fact that they did survive FTX is pretty impressive. Like, I think we can all admit that them going through FTX with their leveraged Bitcoin and walking out of that fine. I would have bet that they wouldn't, right? So like, I like to stay fair and neutral here, right? I might have my issues with MicroStrategy. I might have concerns about it, but it's proven me wrong thus far, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I've been the oracle of it. Whoa, zoned out right there a little bit. I don't know. Is there anything else going on? Oh, there was an interesting post last night. So David Schwartz came in and he said that the XRP ledger is more than just XRP. There are stable coins, there will be tokenized real world assets, loans, and all kinds of things. A DEX doesn't work with one asset. So he's comparing the XRP ledger to a clearinghouse, a liquidity provider. Very cool. But XRP has a privilege placed on the XRP ledger. It's the only asset that any account can receive. It's also the only asset without a counterparty. Pathfinding checks for XRP liquidity first. Auto bridging makes offers to and from XRP. More like an XRP is more likely to be taken. It's the only asset you can pay a transaction fee with. The question to ponder is how much value the XRP ledger can generate and to what extent that can turn into XRP value. That's a very hard question to answer, though. For example, it's very hard to know how much of XRP's value today comes from the value of the XRP ledger. I think almost none of the value of XRP right now comes from the XRP ledger. I think it's all speculation. I don't think really, I don't think anyone understands the XRP ledger. I don't think anyone values the XRP ledger nearly enough. I think the vast majority of people out there barely understand cryptocurrency. And I think the vast majority of people who even hold XRP don't really understand the XRP ledger and how advanced and how important this system is going to be. So I think almost none of the value today of XRP is reflected by the value of the XRP ledger. And I think one day it will be. Why don't we talk about something important here, like Taylor's new orange card? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Taylor, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Bitcoin is pumping. Yeah, I got Bitcoin on the screen right now. If Ripple uses XRP for Hidden Road and they going to hoard what's going to get released from escrow and not sell OTC to ETF providers, that seems bullish to spot ETFs. I completely agree. Rocky Mountain Jack, thank you so much. If Ripple uses XRP for Hidden Road, are they going to hoard what gets released from escrow and not sell the ETF providers? I like, it depends how much liquidity they need from XRP. Can I look into why CoinMarketCap is positioning RLUSD at 215 rather than 143? CoinMarketCap has always done weird things to Ripple, just kind of anti-Ripple and XRP sort of company, but I'll take a look into that. Not really much I can do about it, but I'll take a look into it. Did anyone ever figure out when inflation data drops? June 11th. Okay, thank you. June 11th. Was I right? Is it next week or is it the week after? Yeah, nice. Nice. Next week. Something to look forward to there. Next Wednesday. There we go. All right, guys. I think that's all I have today. Guys, thank you so much for coming. I will see you all tomorrow. Great to be back in the live streams. You guys are the best. Smash the like button. Really appreciate you guys also so much. And we'll be back again soon. Guys, thank you so much for coming. Love you all. I'll